You're locked into talk radio, where real talk meets raw truth and the motivation never sleeps. It's Motivational Monday, and we're not here to play it safe. We're here to shake off the doubts, rise above the noise, and reignite the fire that's been waiting to burn. Whether you're starting your hustle, chasing a dream, or picking up the pieces, this is your space, your moment, and your tribe. So take a breath, lean in, because it's time to get uncomfortable, get inspired, and get moving. Let's get into it.
The following is rated TVMA and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Welcome back to Talk Radio. It's Monday, May 5th, 2025. If you hear dogs in the background, it's not in your head. It's my little puppy being loud. Okay. But believe it or not, we're officially 32.33% through the year. That's 16 weeks and 6 days, or 118 days, or 2,832 hours, or 169,920 minutes. And if you really want to feel it, that's over 10 million seconds already behind us. Let that settle in for a second. 10 million moments have passed this year alone. 10 million chances to show up. 10 million chances to quit. 10 million choices that brought you to right here. And here's the truth. You can't control every second, but you can choose what this next one means. So today, we're flipping the script. This episode is about something that quietly kills momentum, drowns out our inner voice, and tricks us into believing the worst about ourselves. We're not just talking about self-doubt. We're going deeper. We're talking about its shape-shifting, sneaky cousin, imposter syndrome, that internal whisper that says, you're not good enough. Who do you think you are? Eventually, they'll see you for what you really are. If you ever felt like a fraud, like you're just faking your way through life, work, or relationships, this episode's for you. I have written 11 books, but each time I think, uh-oh, they're going to find out now. I've run a game on everybody, and they're going to find me out. A quote from Maya Angelou. Even Maya Angelou, a literary icon, a truth teller, a woman whose words moved nations, questioned whether she belonged. And that's the lesson. Imposter syndrome doesn't care how successful you are. It doesn't care how hard you worked, how far you've come, or how many people believe in you. It sneaks in quietly. It whispers doubt even in your loudest victories. It thrives in high achievers. It feeds on perfectionists. And it loves a moment of silence. But today, we're calling it out because you're not a fraud. You're just evolving. And evolution feels uncomfortable because it should. Main segment, overcoming self-doubt, the enemy within. Let me take you back for a moment. Not to a big stage or some dramatic life event. Just a regular morning. I'm sitting right here, behind this mic, monster half drunk, notes laid out, clock ticking, and I'm staring at the screen thinking, what if this is the day it all falls apart? What if they realize I don't really know what I'm doing? What if the people listening, the ones who count on this show, finally see me for the mess I sometimes feel like inside? And just like that, the spiral begins. The voice that starts as a whisper becomes a storm. And suddenly, it's not about this one episode. It's about every moment I've ever doubted myself. If you've ever felt that, I want you to know you're not broken. You're not weak. You're human. That voice, that's not truth. That's fear. And fear doesn't show up because you're failing. It shows up because you're growing. Let's talk about what that voice really is. It's something called imposter syndrome, a deeply rooted pattern where even in the middle of success, your mind convinces you you're faking it, that it's just luck, that you don't belong in the room, on the stage, or even in a conversation. It creeps in silently, especially when you care deeply about the work you do or the role you're playing. Whether you're a leader, a parent, a creative, a first-time founder, or someone trying to turn the page on an old story. It doesn't matter how much you've achieved. You could have climbed mountains, real or metaphorically, and still some part of you feels like a fraud. And it's exhausting because every time something good happens, that voice tries to snatch it away. But let me offer you this. Maybe you don't feel like you belong, not because you're an imposter, but because you're becoming something new. And becoming, that's messy, that's brave, that's real. I've learned that imposter syndrome often traces back to early messages we absorbed. Be perfect or else. Don't get too proud. You'll never be enough. Or maybe you were the first in your family to dream bigger, and there's no blueprint for that. Maybe you're healing in ways no one around you understands. Maybe you're building something no one taught you how to build. That doesn't make you a fraud. That makes you a trailblazer. And trailblazers rarely feel comfortable because they are walking paths that never existed before. Action steps, 3 tools to fight self-doubt. Let's talk about how we fight back. Not with perfection, but with practice. Here are 3 tools I start leaning on in the hardest moments. Number 1, journaling truths. Start keeping a running log, every win, every step forward. Not for the world, but just for me, for you. Because when that voice of doubt gets loud, you need your own proof, in my or your own handwriting, that we've grown, that we've shown up, that we have survived the past version of me or you would have crumbled under. Number 2, affirmations that challenge the narrative. You have to give your mind something stronger to hold on to. Say it with me. I am not a fraud. I am becoming the version of me I was always meant to be. Write your own. Say them out loud. Tape them to your mirror if you have to. Don't wait until you believe them. Say them until you believe them. Number 3, track the feeling, not just the finish line. When something goes well, don't just write, I did it. Write how it felt. I felt nervous, but I showed up anyway. I felt shaky, but I spoke the truth. Those emotional fingerprints become your reminder that you are stronger than you think. Not just because of what you did, but because of what it cost you to do it. This show has always been built on connection. Your stories matter. Your voice matters. So here's your moment. Tell us about a time you overcame imposter syndrome and how it felt to finally step into your power. Maybe it was finally calling yourself an artist. Maybe it was pressing publish on something that scared you. Maybe it was looking in the mirror and for the first time seeing someone enough. Whatever it was, we want to hear it. Share your stories in the comments. Direct message us on socials or send it to talkradiomotivation@gmail.com. We might even feature your words on a future episode because someone out there needs to hear what you've overcome. Closing of the show. Kind of short episode, probably. Self-doubt is loud. It dresses up like reason, disguises itself as humility, and speaks in the voice you know best, your own. But here's the truth. Just because the voice is familiar doesn't mean it's right. Imposter syndrome may knock on your door. It may follow you into the boardroom, the studio, the classroom, the kitchen, wherever you dare to grow. But you don't have to invite it in. You don't have to let it unpack its bags and make itself at home in your dreams. You have every right to take up space, to speak your truth, to build, to create, to lead, to try, and even to fail forward. Because growth is not an accident. It's a decision. 1,000 tiny decisions made quietly, made courageously, often in the face of your own doubts. And if no one's told you this today, let me be the one. You're not a fraud. You're not faking it. You are becoming, and becoming is never neat, never perfect, and never easy. but it's always worth it. So wherever you're listening from, whether it's your morning commute, a quiet moment alone, or somewhere in between, remember this. Keep showing up. Keep choosing the next brave thing. Even when the voice in your head tries to keep you small, show it what you're made of. You don't owe your fear the final word. You don't owe your past the last chapter. This has been Talk Radio, where real talk meets real growth. And friends, you are not an imposter. You are becoming exactly who you were always meant to be. Until next time, stay grounded, stay growing, and as always, stay unapologetically you. Unapologetically. Okay? Just be you, and I'll be me, and we'll make this world a better place over time because that's what Motivational Monday is all about. Bettering yourself, bettering the world around you, and bettering people who are in your lives. Just it's a good thing. So with that, see you all next week on Monday, Motivational Monday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Trending Tuesday. Yeah.